Okay, so let's talk some more about templates and how to create them. I'm in Microsoft CRM in the ClickDimensions section of email marketing, looking at the standard templates that come with the solution, and I'm going to create a new template. Now, the first thing I would advise is that on the resources page you'll see a link to a blog post on creating HTML for emails. I would advise that you read that and follow the link to read the email marketing field guide, which really explains why creating HTML for emails is different, and it requires more simplicity and a different approach than creating HTML for a web page. It can be tricky, and it's best to be educated on that. I'm going to create a new template by clicking the new button. I'm going to expand my screen here and then just give it a name for the purposes of our demo and a subject. Now when I click, notice that there's a blank space here where the editor is, because I need to actually save the record so that the editor will appear. Again, the editor is separate, so we have to remember to save the data there. And so what I usually would start by doing is using the image manager to upload any images that I might have for this template that I want to create. I might have those on my desktop or wherever the case may be, and I can simply upload them into the image manager, and then I'll be able to get the URL for those when I want to embed that into my email. So I'm going to upload my images to start with, and what I've done, what a lot of people will do, is actually do their creation of their email in an outside editor and a client-based editor. Those can be sometimes easier to use, and a lot of times people will either start with one of our templates or have a design firm that works with them create a base template so they can then just be editors of that template. That's a good approach because, again, templates in HTML for email can be complicated, and it's good to have a good starting point that is simple and robust so you can edit that. And so that's what I've done here. I've created my newsletter format in an outside editor. If I look at this code, it's very structured. I start with an overall table, which is always a best practice, and then I use a table format throughout. I keep my styles inline so that I'm always telling my template what text to use, what font to use. Styles that are not inline, that are in the top of the page or elsewhere, sometimes get thrown away or ignored by Microsoft Outlook or other email clients. So again, read the blog post that's linked and the email guide that it refers to, because it's important to know these things. But what I'm just going to do here is I'm going to copy the template that I've made, and notice that the links to the images are all absolute, so the links will work when I paste it into my template here. I'm going to go to the HTML view and click paste, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and look at it in the design view, and then I just want to go back again to the HTML view, because the editor will put in some different tags to make it more compliant with how it wants to deal with the HTML. I'll go back to the design view again, and then I'll save the template. And now the template is saved, and remember, I always have to use the save button in addition to saving the entity, and it's in Microsoft CRM. And so at this point I can go in and I can add any kind of, if I want to add different hyperlinks or whatever the case may be, I can do that. Add images, sort of kind of edit from there. And so that's some basics about creating a template by pasting in HTML into the email template entity.